right. Good afternoon and good evening. It is February 11th, Wednesday. Week's half over already. We have two performers with us today for Introductory Performance Seminar. Make sure your original sound is on. You will introduce yourself and then you'll let us know what you're playing. Naya, why don't you go first?
My name is Naya and I'm going to be playing Love Story.
Awesome. Whenever you're ready.
Sorry.
That's okay. Do you want me to project it so you don't have to turn the page? Do you want me to share the music? Would that be easier?
Yeah.
Okay, I will do that for you. That way you don't have to stop playing. All right, can you see it okay?
Yeah.
Make it a little bigger here. There you go. Go ahead and start over. Okay. Yay! Very nice. Good job. All right. Eva, what do you have for us today?
I'm playing Cupid by 50/50.
50-50, okay? on a strange chord. It doesn't end on a root chord. It's kind of, I've never heard that song before, but you did a good job. All right, so let me see here. We'll go back to Naya and we'll look at Naya's love story. And actually, this applies to both ladies tonight. Both of your songs have what's called syncopation. Syncopation is when the stress of the beat is on the offbeat. So instead of it being 1, 2, 3, 4 and on the beat, it's on the offbeat. One and like that. It's on the not on the clap, but in between the beats. And Love Story and Cupid both have syncopation. And the reason why I know they have syncopation is because there's one visual thing you can see. When there is syncopation, you have eighth notes that don't have friends. See how these guys are single? They're lonely. They don't have friends. Instead of being tied together like this one. So that tells me that that song has syncopation in it. And if I look at Cupid, I also see eighth notes without friends. So both songs have syncopation, where the stress is on the offbeat instead of on the beat. So when it comes to counting with syncopation, you have a lot of ands, right? So we have 1 and 2, 3, and then this is an and, but it's the and of 4, right? So you have 1 and 2, 3, and, because 4 is right there. Make sense? And then you've got 1 and, 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 because the beats are in between there. So this is 1 and the beat 2 is like right there. And then and this is 3, and then 4 is in here. So it's kind of syncopated. So when you're playing, you want to go 1 and 1 and 2, 3, and 1 and 4 and. Okay? When you're counting, does that make sense, Naya? Yeah? Okay. So if we go over to Cupid and you're counting over here, you have kind of the same thing with this measure. You have 1 and 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 and. Because again, because this is a quarter note, it gets 2 eighth notes, right? 1 quarter note equals 2 eighth notes. Yes? And an eighth note gets half a beat. So your 2 is in here, your 3 is in here, and your 4 is in this one. So you also have 1 and and with your counting. So it's kind of tricky. You both did a really good job with your syncopation. Just need to work on the counting part of it. We go back over to Love Story. Not a lot of dynamics, right? And matter of fact, there are no dynamics in this song. Over here, no dynamics in the song. So what you can do, because you are the performer, is you can add your own dynamics. You can decide when to get quieter and when to get louder and what should stand out more and what should back away because you're the performer. So you get to decide, which is kind of cool. You also don't have a lot of articulation. There's no accents, there's no staccatos. So it's pretty straightforward. Um, Same thing with this one. No accents, no staccatos. So very simplified music. Doesn't have all the sprinkles and frosting that we like to put on our cake, right? Um, Eva has this nice little triplet here, which you did very well. This triplet actually goes over 2 beats. So when you see a triplet, you either want to say triplet or you're going to 1E and, because it's going over beats 1 and 2. It's triplet 3, 4, triplet 3, 4. Make sense? So she's got a triplet in there. She did very well. I could tell you were counting on that one. I don't think there were any in Love Story. Let me look. Nope, none in Love Story. Um, Miss Naya, how many beats does, I keep losing my pencil. How many beats does this note get?
3.
3, okay? So when we're playing, we got to make sure we count to 3 and don't short him his value, right? We want to make sure we keep going. Happiness down here again. And I know you're playing on an electric keyboard, which is awesome. I had one of those when I was younger. So it's kind of hard to get the notes to stay the whole measure because they decay very quickly on keyboards. But try your best not to lift up your finger and make sure that these all stay all the way across. Sometimes you can't be helped if the decay is really fast. Decay means that the sound stops. That's what it means by decay. When you push the button down, it doesn't hold quite as long. Like if you were holding on acoustic piano, which is the one with the hammers and the strings, if you push it down, the decay is very long. It takes a long time for the string to stop ringing. Where if you're just playing on a keyboard, which is actually a computer, depending on the keyboard, the decay could be really long or the decay could be almost immediate. You play it and then there's no more sound. So just something to kind of watch for. Um, let's see. Do you have any questions, Naya? Are you playing this for the Valentine's concert?
Not anymore.
Not anymore? Okay. You did a really good job on it. Just work on your syncopation and your counting. Over here with Eva, same thing with these whole notes, right? You got to make sure we hold them all the way across, right? And how many beats did this get again, Eva? Naya said it.
3.
3. Okay, so we got to make sure we count 3 before we play this note. These two notes, right? And then how many does this one get?
2.
2. So we got to hold out and go 1, 2, and 4, and, right? Um, the advantage and disadvantage of playing songs that we know the lyrics to is we want to play the melody like we're singing it in our head. And in both cases, these aren't quite written like those lyrics. So we tend to kind of rush. Oh, excuse me. So you just got to watch, make sure you count. Even though you know what the song says and you're singing it in your head, um, and I was trying to sing Love Story along because that's one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. We were both young when I first saw you, right? And then you're singing it and then the love story was down here. Make sure you're still counting even though you're singing it, right? I do the same thing. If I'm playing a song that's got lyrics, I'm singing it in my head and I forget, oh yeah, I need to count because that's not exactly what's written. So, biggest thing tonight with you two ladies is just count. Otherwise, you did a really good job. Um, got your fingering in there. You got kind of a special measure down here, Eva, where you got a dotted quarter and a dotted quarter. Definitely more syncopation because this is 1 and 2, and this is an and, 3, and then this is 4, right? So you have 1, 2, and 4. Da, 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 da. Right? Syncopation. Okay. Um, let's see. Anything else? No, I'm gonna have to look up this song, Eva, because I do not know what this song is. And now I'm curious to see what it is because you played it so well. I'm like, I need to know how this goes. This is kind of cool. All right. Do you have any questions, Eva? No? It was good seeing you. It was good seeing you, Nala. Naya. I'm sorry, Naya. Not Nala. You're not the lion from the Lion King. Naya. Good seeing you both ladies. You both did an awesome job tonight. Thank you for playing for me. I guess it's afternoon for you guys. And I hope to see you again.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. You're welcome.